How are you
Why
today,
is my hair
Casper?
so orange? I've just realised my hair is basically salmon, and I only dyed it a few days ago, so I'm a bit confused about
Yeah, we
that, to
need
be
some more
honest.
quality dye.
I used Manic Panic for mine, though.
Well, we don't have any like conditioner for coloured hair, do we?
Yeah, I might need to start buying some
So we need to
actual
actually like coloured
stuff to look
hair
after.
conditioner. So yeah,
Uh,
what have you been up to? Tell the world.
um, I did my shoot last week for my short film, and I've
Who
got
did you
another one.
shoot? That's illegal.
Ha ha ha.
Oh come on, I'm so funny.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, man.
And I've got another one tomorrow for my friend who's in another group because nobody wants to do sound apart from me and Charlie, who are both going to specialise in it next year.
Mm.
So that'd be good. It means if there's more than one person, they will probably run it, so I will still be able to do it, which is good.
What do you like about sound so much for your film course?
I just think it's really, it's really, I like that you don't notice if it's done well. I think it's really nice that
I mean, you
you
do.
don't.
You definitely do. Sound design is definitely a thing, and you do notice if sound is recorded badly or not.
Yeah, but if it's done well, you don't think about it. Like, if it's done well, you can watch a movie without thinking.
I suppose that
That doesn't
part's
sound
true.
real. That's what I
That
mean.
that part's true. However, you can you can do it really well and no one will notice. But if you do it badly, everybody will notice.
Yeah.
It's one of
So,
those.
no
It's
pressure.
not. Yeah, exactly.
No pressure.
But hey, at least you're enjoying it, I suppose.
And my teacher was saying yesterday that they're thinking about starting an orchestra with the film school, because my uni is a screen and film school, and then there's another music uni as well in Brighton. And my teacher is a production design teacher, and she said that she's thinking about starting a orchestra, and then they could do composing as part of the sound specialism, which would be cool.
Aye. Sorry, I was just looking at some of the news articles from the major topic of discussion right about now.
Oh yeah, I've not even looked at it yet.
Yeah, there's a lot. But there's a. So basically, should we move on, or do you have anything else to say about how you
yeah,
do?
we can move on.
So basically, there has been a thing, right? About there's rules on Twitch, okay? And one of those rules is that you're not allowed to essentially porn stream. Like if you're a woman and your chest is the main focus of your stream, or if you're a man and you're wearing absolutely fuck all, like it goes both ways, and it's to keep people safe because there are actually a lot of teenagers on the site, thirsty ones who will click on anything and everything and give away their money to streamers if they think they're attractive, etc. Right?
Yeah.
But there's a loophole. There's a loophole in this law on Twitch that says essentially if you are in a setting that permits you to wear basically nothing, like just like what's it called, a swimsuit, which is just a bra and some underwear, essentially.
A bikini.
Right? A bikini, that's the one. Those are the terms. So there's a loophole that says if you are in a setting that permits you to wear a bikini, that it's perfectly fine to be wearing a bikini on Twitch. So there are some female streamers who have decided to take this rule and take this loophole and be like, okay, I'm going to set up a camera in my hot tub and stream to do a normal everyday stream, but sat in my bikini because, hey, I can make a shit ton of money doing that because I'm attractive and that kind of thing works, you know?
Yeah.
And There's two. Well, I think there's more than that, but basically, let's split it up into two groups. There's people such as XQC here, who I have the tweet up here, who's saying, I'm gonna be honest, this is me quoting the tweet, I'm gonna be honest, this hot tub meta is by far the most pathetic thing we've seen on Twitch in forever. What a sad reality. Please get this trash off the front page. And then there is some people being very supportive of this for multiple reasons, such as, you know, men sexualize women on the internet all the time, so they should definitely take advantage of that. And, you know, if you are brave enough, and if you are, and you do want to be able to make a profit off that, then you can do, and that's great. And there's people just like, you know, you do you get that money however you can, etc. And there's a lot of like other differing opinions, but those are the two I'm gonna focus on here. So essentially, well, Casper, what do you think about this? Because I have my own thoughts on this, but I'll get into them in a second.
I think part of me thinks, yes, if it's a warm day and a woman wants to, it's the same as if a woman wants to go down to Morrison's with a bikini top on, she should be able to on a hot day.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, without getting stared at and judged by other people. Like, part of me is like, yes, a woman should be able to wear what she wants on Twitch and do whatever they want on Twitch, because it's a creative platform, and
yeah,
there's a bit of everything on Twitch. I've watched people make a guitar on Twitch once. Like, there's everything on Twitch, and it should be kept that way.
Aye.
But there's the other part of me thinks that Twitch is a family-friendly platform. And something that makes it so great is that there isn't a kids section like there is for YouTube. Because there doesn't need to be. There's an unwritten rule that if your Twitch isn't suitable for over 18s, you put one of those little age warnings on, like some of my friends have on theirs. But most streamers that I have watched are suitable for all ages, and that's nice. And the platform should be a safe space for women, but it should also be a safe space for children who want to go and watch someone play Minecraft.
And also for the parents of those children who have credit cards and things such as that, where the kids are going to be like, hey, I watch people on the internet play games, could I, you know, maybe purchase some bits to give them? And the parents like, oh, okay, here's 20 quid, get yourself 2,000 bits, and then they go and immediately send that to this streamer that they're thirsting over because they're 15.
Very little clothes on.
Yeah.
Like,
all right. So here's my thoughts on it, right? Because I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of thoughts on this. And feel free to add to the discussion, both Casper and chat, if you disagree here. But I 100% think that this shit shouldn't be on Twitch. There is a line, and this is blurring that line to the point of pretending that it doesn't exist. And if you want to have, because the rule is essentially that your chest, that your body shouldn't be the main focus of a stream, okay? Right? That's the hard set rule. But if you do want that, which honestly I think that these women clearly do, if they're doing this, then there are sites for that. And I 100% think, like, there is a stigma surrounding camming sites and OnlyFans and things like that, where it's just like, oh, if I do this, then I'm a sex worker now, or whatever the fuck kind of stigma you want to make up inside your head. But actually, if these women that are doing this on this site that's actually meant to be family friendly and has a bunch of kids on, if they're doing it on a site that has actual age gates and is clearly supposed to be 18 plus. You don't have to reveal everything. You can do exactly the same thing. You could just do hot tub live streams, but do it on a fucking site where it's meant to be. Because the Twitch isn't, it doesn't, like, there is no I am half naked in a hot tub section. There's a just chatting section, which is great. But it's meant for people who are just chatting, not quite clearly trying to milk their... I can't say that word on Twitch anymore because they've banned it. But there's, you know, very...
They're just trying to
very in-depth fans. They're trying to milk them for all the money that they can because they know that it will work. And that, you know, I am all for women making their money as much as they can, especially out of the fact that they are over-sexualized all the time. I'm all for women making money out of that because that's excellent. But do it on a platform where it's meant to happen, because it will also boost the credibility of those platforms. It will also make those platforms a less stigmatized place. It will also make those platforms a place where you can just go and just do a bikini live stream if that's what you want to do. And you don't have to, you know, be full-on pornographic. You can just make your money how you are going to make it anyway, without the risk of a 15-year-old stumbling across your stream, spending their parents' money on you, and getting this perceived reality of how women should be.
So, getting the rules changed. That's what it's going to come to if they don't crack down on it soon. It's going to come to a load of parents complaining because their kids are giving these half-naked women their money, which they will have a right to complain about, because it's just, I think it's just not right, and isn't something that should be done on the platform that's meant to be for everybody. It's not fair, and it's not fair on the children.
I understand that there is technically an age gate, and it's not as good. The age gate on Twitch is basically exactly the same as the age gate on any porn site, where it's basically just a little box that pops up that says, "Are you over 18? This is for mature viewers only." And then you click yes, and you're allowed to the site.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other problem in itself, because I definitely believe that sites that are quite clearly meant for 18 plus people should have some kind of age verification system in place. But that's another issue. But I understand that. But Twitch it clearly has that. You will always have your average 15-year-old who's watching stuff on Pornhub until they do something about it and actually implement an age verification system. But you always have 15-year-olds watching porn. Like, that's a thing, right? But Pornhub doesn't advertise itself to those 15-year-olds. Pornhub isn't there like, yes, we've got a shit ton of games and things that you're interested in. Like, come watch some Fortnite, come watch some Minecraft, come watch some Apex Legends. Also, here's a half-naked woman in a fucking hot tub right next to a just chatting section of someone just trying to, you know, have a good time with their audience.
Just trying to play some Minecraft and build a house. Like, it's just not right, and needs its own section of Twitch, which is properly age gated.
But even then, I would argue that this isn't what Twitch is for. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, obviously, I'm a man, so I didn't join Twitch for this anyway, because I don't think there's much of an audience there for men. But even if I wouldn't be joining Twitch for that. I wouldn't be joining Twitch to have a sexualized platform. I would do that where there is a already sexualized platform. You know?
Yeah.
Because Twitch, you know how many underage fans you have. You know that's the thing. You can't put yourself up right next to a Minecraft streamer and be like, "Oh, it's okay. Only 18 plus people are going to watch my stream anyway." And I'm all for making your money out of the people who are 18 plus who just, you know, want to see you in that way, who are sexualizing you anyway. And if you can make money out of that, that's perfectly fine. I'm 100% for women getting the money out of that they can, because that is really cool. It's really empowering, and I'm so glad that things like OnlyFans exist now, because you now actually have even more and more every day a safer space for women to be able to express that side of themselves, and take advantage of the fact that there are people out there who are going to sexualize them anyway, so might as well profit off it. Like, that's amazing. But when but when you've got a place that there are clearly underage fans on, I just don't think it's right. And I definitely think if there was a guy, like, say like James Charles got his fucking shirt off on TikTok and then had like a bunch of underage fans messaging him, I know I know for a fact that he would allegedly respond
I think
to
James Charles
to that.
was a bad example to use.
But yeah, bad example because that's already happened. But you know what I mean. If you had a male content creator do exactly the same thing and get their shirt off on some kind of platform and then have a bunch of underage fans messaging them, they would immediately get called a nonce. That's a thing, and rightly so. And I hesitate to do that because I'm sure a lot of these women are lovely, and the idea is to make money out of I can't say the word anymore. Really in-depth fans who just want to
make money out of people who would look at them in a sexual way if they were walking to the shop, sort of thing.
Exactly, and you know, it just seems like I'm sure they're lovely people and they want to be. That's the idea, is to make money out of the over-sexualization. But when when you're on a site where there's underage fans a lot, it just doesn't work. It's just wrong, man. Like, I honestly think that it's just wrong.
It's just not right.
I don't know. It's just not right. It's wrong. The words are the same, but yeah, meaning the same thing. I don't know. It just seems very. It just seems very.
It's just not right. And
fellow streamer Asmongold has argued that allowing the quote-unquote meta to continue, Twitch is contributing to an anti-woman sentiment on the platform. The majority of Twitch users and streamers are male.
They are, but also...
this is another way of viewing it that I wanted to come across. What about the streamer, and I have heard this sentiment echoed before, what about the female streamers who aren't sexualized, who aren't taking advantage of people who sexualize them, and who are just trying to play games and stuff? What about the fact that they're there next to a half-naked hot tub streamer in the same section because they can't go anywhere else other than the just chatting section, and there's just, you know, your average female gamer there just trying to have a good time, and a hot tub streamer right next to each other? People will then go from the hot tub streamer's chat to the gamer girl's chat and be like, hey, why aren't you half naked? This person is, you know, and it creates, it feeds into the sexualization. And when there are sites for that, it puts all women
into a minority box. Like, it makes people think, oh, that girl is just doing this to make money. She's not doing it because she's good at that game that she's playing.
Yeah. And it also creates an expectation of sexualization because you're feeding into that on a site that isn't meant for it. So people like these male viewers will come over to the hot tub streamer's stream and be like, "Hey, I like this content. I'm going to go over to this other female streamer who I find attractive and berate them and send them bits being like, hey, get in a hot tub for me or some shit. And
when
you know,
in
not everyone wants to
reality,
do that shit.
like, and it could as well. The women that are just playing games, people could come into their chat and ask them to do what these other women are doing when they don't feel comfortable doing that. Like,
Yeah. And
it's
I've
it's
also
just
seen, like, I think Valkyrie had something interesting to say on this, which I kind of disagree with, honestly. Which is a bit, you know, but like she basically said that if, and I saw Philip DeFranco's video on this, and he said the same thing. If you're not hurting anyone, then what's the harm, you know? Like, just let it lie if nobody's hurting anyone. But the thing is I would argue that it is hurting
I
people.
would if it's not, it might. There is the
Yeah,
risk
I would argue that there is damage to be done here.
that there will be a child that will steal their parents' credit card to give these people money at a young age.
Yeah.
And with it being on such a family friendly platform, there's always the risk that a child will come across it. And I think that risk is enough for it to be taken off the platform completely, because
and there's
it's horrible
also
to think about that a little girl even might stumble upon that and think that's how she has to act.
exactly, there will be
Like,
young men exactly like porn. I've talked about porn on the podcast before, and I will always echo these sentiments because it's a very large thing and a very large problem that happens to this day. Young men will see that and think, right, okay, if I give a woman money or if I say this or that, then I get some kind of gratification out of it, and that's how I get women to like me, that whole thing. And there will also be young girls who look at that and be like, okay, if I act this way and say these things, that's how I get men to like me. And that creates a dangerous situation because it's not reality, because these Twitch streamers are pandering to an over-sexualized image of themselves to take advantage of people who will sexualize them, which by the way is great, to give them money, you know?
yeah.
Like that's doing harm. And then there's also, as I mentioned before, the harm done to female streamers who aren't sexualizing themselves and who aren't, well, you know, they're being sexualized by men as well, but who aren't, you know, playing into that. They're just trying to have a good time and play some games, you know? And that
Yeah.
does harm to them too. And I don't know, like anyone who's saying that this isn't harming anyone, I don't think is thinking of the bigger picture here.
I,
Of
I,
thinking
I
of
feel like a lot of the
all the
people
different
that are saying it isn't harming
situations.
anyone wasn't a child on the internet. That's the issue. Like, I think that it's a problem because I was a child on the internet and I stumbled upon stuff I shouldn't have stumbled upon. Not on Twitch because it wasn't a thing, on Tumblr. I'm going to quickly change the subject because I've just refreshed my Twitter and there's something big that's just come out. Bo Burnham tweeted 3 minutes ago, "Hi, I made a new special. It was filmed by me alone without a crew or an audience over the course of the past year. It is almost finished. I hope you like it. It's called Inside. It'll be on Netflix soon. There's a 30-second trailer on his Twitter." So that's what he's been doing for the past...
Savage Legends, thanks for the luck. Let me just check the Twitter page now for this. Thanks, man. You too. Well, you too. I don't know if you're streaming today, but thank you for the well wishes anyway. So Bo Burnham, hi. I made a new special. It's filmed by me alone, without a crew and audience, over the course of the year. It's almost finished. I hope you like it. Let's take a look at this, shall we? I'm going to get this up on my stream.
Yeah, I'm going to get this up on my stream. Can you wait a second so we can play at the same time?
Do you want me to stream it to you on Discord? Actually, oh no, because you're streaming. Don't dox anyone.
Yeah, I just refreshed my Twitter because I look at Twitter for this podcast because...
Yeah. I mean, it's a good site for it. Just don't retweet anyone, otherwise you just get jumped on. Right, tell me when you're ready. We'll react to it at the same time.
Everyone's like, oh, I can't fucking... Where is he? Right, there we go. I am following Bo Burnham. Hang on.
Are you ready?
Window capture. No.
Okay. The stream's
Fucking
kind
hell,
of just dead air right now.
I've accidentally full screened the fucking
Right.
thing, and I don't know how to.
Do you want me to just do it on Discord so that you can watch it at the same time? Because I don't want to dead air for too long.
Yeah, go on.
Oh wait,
I mean,
no,
I'm
we're not on.
Discord,
We're not
I'm
on
streaming.
Discord. Do you want to just watch it? Let's just watch it. Right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2,
3,
1,
2,
go.
1.
Alright, so this is a little trailer for something. It's like 46 seconds long. So this was the ending of the live show, isn't it? This most recent one.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. The mood changed. that was kind of creepy actually.
That was
Inside.
Oh.
Right, okay. Yeah, just a little teaser. But hey.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
On Netflix, coming soon.
I
Cool.
love Bo Burnham so much. I wrote a fucking essay about him last term.
Yeah, Bo Burnham's incredible.
I've just linked that to the team that I've just filmed this film with, because it was about a comedian who had a mental breakdown, and we all watched Bo Burnham as research because, yeah, he is he fits the mentally ill comedian in such a beautiful way, and
I mean, he plays
works
into it, doesn't he?
show.
It's part of his
and
whole
not
thing.
in a. I'm just gonna turn my bedroom light on. Not in a James A. Caster way. Like, I do love James A. Caster, but like, I went to see him on his latest show, like, in person, and I left his show feeling genuinely suicidal because of how self-deprecating it was.
Yeah.
And I've not watched him since because I don't want to watch him and put myself into a deeply dark place. Like, I don't know. I find him really funny when he jokes about cheese graters and shit on Mock the Week.
Yeah.
But his stand-up all seems to revolve around him being mentally ill and hating himself. And I'm in the minority, I know I am. But that sort of comedy rubs off on me and makes me think about it and kind of makes me feel about myself the same way as the comedian does. Like,
yeah, but then Bo Burnham's stuff is
comedian.
Kind of different. I don't know how to describe how it's different, but it's like, different. It makes you laugh, and then it makes you feel better, even if it's the same kind of thing where it's just
like, Art is Dead is always what I go to, like the song, in terms of Bo Burnham and why he is beautiful, because like that song is a work of art, like. And the first time you listen to it, you're like, oh, this is funny. And then you're like, actually, this makes sense. Like, because I have met a lot of artists in my time, and they've all agreed that Bo Burnham hit the nail on the head with that.
Yeah, a lot of YouTubers tend to, and streamers as well. Like, everybody knows who Bo Burnham is.
A lot of creatives just admire Bo Burnham myself,
which is very strange because I'm from a time just before his first Netflix special, his first live show, like, well, not his first live show, but his first like recorded live show. I think, what was it called? What, the first one?
I think.
Yeah, what? But I'm from a time just before what happened, so. He was just YouTube. He was just doing like funny songs in his fucking bedroom on his piano and stuff, right? I'm from that time. And then suddenly
All
he's
my
on
friends
Netflix, and
think
I'm
I'm
just like,
gay, or
oh,
whatever it was
this is
called.
quite funny. This is quite. I remember the support group for fictional characters or whatever. That was quite funny. Um, but yeah, I remember the first Netflix special sort of coming out and becoming popular, and I was just there like, okay, yeah, this is cool. This is that guy that I saw on the internet once, isn't it? Oh, that's weird. And then fucking years later, he's suddenly there with like another Netflix special and a movie, and now he's doing another thing, and everybody knows who he is. And I'm just like, what? It's a strange evolution, but I love it, and he definitely deserves all the hype he gets because honestly, he's just an incredible comedian. And I can see why he doesn't really
I
do live shows anymore because he just it's very anxiety
I
inducing.
wrote an essay about him for
Hmm.
last term because they told us to write about a filmmaker who's like us, and I was like, no filmmakers are like me, really. So I looked at Bo Burnham because he has anxiety disorder, like he struggles with panic attacks. He's very, very open about it. Um,
Yeah.
so I fell down a hole that I didn't think existed of video essays on Bo Burnham and how he uses light in his shows and how he has been a filmmaker since
Hmm.
the start of his career, because his comedy shows aren't just comedy shows. Like the use of light and the use of sound, like they're works of art.
Hi.
um and yeah, I fell down a lot of holes. I read a lot of interviews about him and a lot of reviews on Eighth Grade, and a lot
By
of
the
the
way, if you haven't
reviews that
seen Eighth Grade, it's Bo Burnham's
it's on
movie.
Netflix now.
It's on Netflix and it's
um
incredible. Very, very good film.
um a lot of the reviews that aren't critic based, like Jackmate reviewed it on his podcast and they gave it like 2 out of 10. But I
Yeah,
I
but
don't
Jack
want to
makes a
sound
bit of
like
a.
a snob,
Oh, I mean,
but
I don't.
as a film student, I would give it a 10 out of 10 because it's
It's
beautiful.
perfect. They got the
And
feeling down, right? Eighth grade is about an eighth grader who, if you're in the UK like me and you don't really know what that is, I think that's like primary
you're
school,
13,
like you just leaving
13,
primary school
14.
going to high school for the UK, and for Americans it's like eighth grade is like it's the same. It's the equivalent of primary school to high school age, basically. And so they're leaving. This young girl's leaving eighth grade, so primary school, to go to
Leaving
whatever the
middle school and
American.
going to high school.
No,
And middle school.
isn't preschool the one, and then middle school is the next one, or is it high?
No,
I don't,
that's
I don't
elementary
know,
school.
man. I don't know,
Elementary
man. The
school is like
fucking
one step in
American
the
fucking
cat's
thing
paw.
confuses me. All right, I'm trying to talk about something else. So,
No,
but
you're
they
not.
what they get that
Um,
what the fuck was that? What they get?
I watched.
Okay, what they get
Um,
down, it was the essentially the feeling of it perfectly, because it's
yeah,
incredibly anxiety inducing time, and how Bo Burnham managed to convey the anxiety of the character and of the situation was honestly so perfect. And there's
yeah,
something in film and games as well where if you can get the feeling of something down, you have made something incredible. Like,
yeah,
obviously, there's a lot more to film and game creation than just that, but there is a feeling, and if you
he,
like the worst thing you can do in any piece of media is have something that doesn't make you feel anything. But this thing,
yeah.
it just made me feel anxious, it made me feel happy, it made me feel hopeful for the character. It was perfect. It's called Eighth Grade. It's on
And
Netflix. Go watch it.
I read a lot of interviews about it and how he wrote it, and there was this one interview. I think it was was with the Rolling Stone, and he wrote it not about his teenage self. He wrote it about how his anxiety makes him feel and how it makes him feel like a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And like there was something beautiful about the fact that he wrote that as a 27-year-old man, I think 26, 27, He might even be a bit older now, but 20-odd-year-old man. He wrote it like so. I don't know. It was so. It was just really nice. He got it completely right, and you could tell that his heart and his soul was in it as well as
Yeah.
just some money. Like, it was really good. It touched on some really, really sensitive subjects, which need to be spoken about to people who are going into high school and starting talking to boys, and especially girls who are starting talking to boys. And it played into the same conversation we had about the Twitch. It's important to talk about these things to protect children. Like, although I wouldn't show 8th grade to a 13-year-old,
Why?
I would show it to an older teenager, because it's important for these kids to know.
I think it's important for people to know at any age some of the messages that are implied in that.
Yeah.
And I would definitely show it to a 13-year-old because it's a harmless movie. It's definitely, I think it's like PG or something. But the feeling of it is perfect, and it's definitely something that a lot of people can relate to, especially around that age. But it's just a great movie.
And I have been wondering what Bo Burnham would be up to next. I was kind of expecting another film, not gonna lie, just because I don't know why I was expecting another film. I was just expecting him to go lean towards the filmmaking now. But
yeah, I think he is.
And it will be interesting to see Bo Burnham's shows played performed to no audience. I think, like, the COVID thing with audiences has been weird. Like, the football stadiums had cardboard cutouts of people. It was really weird.
That was very strange. And like, there's been shows like Ellen and stuff with like big massive screens where people have live streamed their phones into the show, or
which is all a bit Black Mirror for my liking.
There's some like game shows and stuff with like a green screened in audience, so the audience aren't actually there. But in post-production, for some reason, they added an audience just in the green screen. And it's just like, you might as well just not do that. You might as well just film a silent fucking game show, because the audience looks so weird, and you can tell that it's like, it's faker than fake. Like, game shows are fake anyway. But when you get something like, when you get something where you're fucking green screening in an audience and adding a laugh track, it's just so fake. It's just beyond.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the Bo Burnham thing will do it. But it'll be out soon. I'm very excited. I will probably be watching it the second it comes out. But I have a feeling they'll just drop it with no sort of announcement.
I think
we know Bo Burnham,
it just says Netflix coming soon, so I don't think there's any kind of thing going on.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be too long. That gives us something to look forward to after I've finished my deadlines. Hopefully it'll be after deadlines anyway. But yeah, new Bo Burnham is always good. He's a very good comedian, and he's a lovely man, basically.
What else happened over the past week? I kind of got all my ranting done out of the way, because it was with the hot tub thing earlier, just because I saw people talking about it, but I didn't see anybody taking into account the fact that there are young fans on this site. And it just seemed like I was just angry about that kind of thing. But I kind of got the main story I wanted to talk about out the way now. So I don't know what else happened. Hey, Apex, if anyone is
live stream is happening currently. Which,
okay, can I do my thing first, because I got there first?
Yeah.
Thanks. Right, bookmark your thing. We'll come back to it in like 5 minutes. So Apex, if any people in either of our chats like Apex and appreciate Apex, there is the trailer. It's been out for a couple of weeks for season 9, so that's going to be happening soon. We've got Valkyrie coming in as the next legend, so that's going to be fun. And there's going to be a new bow as well, and I think a couple of adjustments to some of the guns, and also a reskin of Olympus, the map. So I'm just really excited for that. I think that's May 4th. So I don't know. If anyone who plays Apex out there hasn't heard about it already, that's happening soon. I think it's less than a week away. So yeah, just get hyped for that. Go on. What's Mark Rober doing, Casper?
The Mark Rober live stream is happening at midnight.
So
what is
this? What is this? Is this for the Autism Speaks charity?
It's apparently for the autism community. But
okay.
He's not listening to the autism
you didn't answer my question, though. Is it for the Autism Speaks charity?
It's for Next for Autism.
Right, okay. And you, as an autistic person, I know you have problems with this charity. What are your issues with this charity?
I have problems with Next for Autism purely because it says on their website that they want to cure autism. Do your research, big YouTubers. Google their beliefs. It's not hard. You can find it in 2 minutes. Like, I don't understand why these big YouTubers fall at the first hurdle. Like, all you've got to do is Google autism charities supported by the autistic community, and Next for Autism comes up with a big red cross through it. Because they don't support us. They want us to be cured. Like, and
Mark Rober's doing a charity stream for this.
He's doing a charity stream for them because he's got an autistic kid. I haven't watched the video about his autistic kid because I've heard that there's a lot of person first language and it just isn't very nice. And I haven't been involved in it at all. I've just seen...
What is person first language for people like me who haven't got a clue what that is?
Person first language is something personally I don't have a massive problem with, but some people do. It's a person with autism. It makes it sound like autism is a fashion accessory and not a disability.
Right.
Which it's not. I am an autistic person. Autism is me, and I am autism. I don't.
Like, you don't take it, you don't put it on and take it off
like a backpack
at night,
and I don't suffer with it because it's nothing to be suffered. Like, it's just a lot of derogatory language around autistic people that this charity use, and they also practice ABA, which is applied behavioral something, and it's a therapy for autistic people. I'm doing air quotes. That teaches them to act like a neurotypical person and don't act autistic in public because people will be ashamed of them. It's just really damaging, and the fact that he's been called out about this by a lot of people within the autistic community, I've distanced myself from it because I can't be arsed. Basically.
I know he did have a response, so I'm hesitant to talk about this because A, I'm not autistic and I don't have any like sort of claim there, but also there's the fact that he has responded and I don't know what his response is. So I hesitate to condemn the man, you know?
His response was basically, I'm not going to listen to you.
But was it? I can't say anything here. I don't know what his response was. In a very
long-winded way, it was, no, actually, this charity do this for my son, therefore they're good. They just didn't listen to the autistic voices that were
did they help? Have they been helping though? That's like the thing. If he as a person as a parent of an autistic child is saying that they are helping his autistic child, is is that something that we're contradicting? This is why I'm hesitant to say anything, because I don't want to contradict that.
I'm not saying that charities that are bad can't do good things.
Right.
They can do good things, and I'm not saying that they can't. The good thing to do for them to do would be to step back and say, actually, we don't believe in this anymore. We have moved on from this, not just ignore it and brush it under the rug. Like the National Autistic in the Autistic Society, for example, in the UK, started off the puzzle piece. They have since moved on from that and spoken about how they have moved on from that and learned that the language and the imagery they used was problematic. All this charity need to do is be like, I am sorry I said that. We don't do that anymore. We will learn from you and we will listen. But they haven't. They've just denied that it was ever on their website.
Right.
Which just isn't the way to do things. Just say sorry and move on. Like,
I mean, it could also be the fact
difficult.
that he's in too deep with it, because he's already said that he's doing it. But I don't know, man. It all seems to be a very. It all seems to be a lot of stuff that I don't know what I'm talking about.
But I'm also not gonna condemn anyone who does support it. Any of the big YouTubers. However, I wish that in future big YouTubers would do their bloody research and have a quick Google.
Well, this is the thing, though, Casper, is I'm having a quick Google right now, and I can't find anything about them being problematic.
I've seen a lot on Twitter, mainly.
Right, so you say this. You say that there's something on their site. What are you saying that's on the front page of their site? That's something problematic.
There used to be something on their site about them curing autism that I saw screenshots of.
So have they changed that? Is that not something they believe in anymore? If that's something that used to happen.
I mean, we don't know. They've never said that they don't believe in it anymore. They've just denied it ever happened. And the best thing to do would be for them to say, actually, we've grown, we've moved on, we don't support that opinion anymore. Not, we never said that, that's a lie. Like, just, it's the way they've handled things is what makes it problematic. They might be a lovely charity and they might do lovely things, but also just admit you've done wrong and learn from it.
But for all we know that they have. I can't see anything about it. I don't know enough about this situation, and honestly, from the things that I have found, it seems okay, but I'm not an autistic person, so I haven't really got anything else to say in relation to this story. So yeah, should we move on to something else different, because I've kind of run out of things I've got to say, unless you've got anything else to add.
No, that's it.
Right.
Apparently, Kurt Cobain's last photo shoot will be sold as an NFT.
Why? I don't understand the NFT thing, honestly. Like, it just seems so stupid.
I don't understand how those images will be sold as an NFT, because they're everywhere on the internet. If you Google Kurt Cobain, the first Google images is probably him with the white glasses on at that photo shoot. How can they sell that photo?
Fuck, sorry, I completely missed that. Thank you for the raid, Noodle Jr. I did not have my Streamlabs up. In fact, I only just noticed that there was a raid because one of the Discords I'm in, I just got added in, and I was just like, huh? I got added, and it's Noodle Jr. raiding me with 3, although it does say 5 there, Noodle Jr. So, you know, if you want to bump that number up, because it does say you raided me with 5 there. But thank you very much, my dude. I pretty appreciate that. That was 3 minutes ago. I'm sorry I missed that entirely. But, mate, I really appreciate that. Yeah, sorry. Carry on, Casper. What were you saying?
I just don't understand how that photo shoot will be sold as an NFT because everybody has access to it.
Yeah,
I
I don't
thought
understand
I was.
NFTs
I
because like
am.
anybody can
I.
have access
I.
to them, but they're also apparently like you own the rights to this moment in time, but that doesn't work. I don't.
I
Whatever. It
thought
just seems like a scam,
NFTs.
honestly. But hey, if
I
people can
thought
make money out of it, fuck
NFTs
it. Why not?
were
Play the
like.
system.
Were like. Were like pieces of art. Like once you owned one, you had the rights to all of that image. But I might be wrong completely. Apparently, the starting bid for the one of one Holy Grail is 2727 ETH, a nod to the singer's age, which roughly equates to 72,000 US dollars.
Great, good for them? Question
Um,
mark. I don't know, man.
and there is a 5 of 5 in Naruto editions, which are uniquely colorized portraits and group shots of with the rest of the band are the cheapest. Those are available with an outright buy it now price of 2,600, and they are the same pictures of Kurt Cobain touching his teeth, smoking a cig, looking down and looking at the camera. Everybody knows the pictures I mean, so I'm not going to put them on screen. But one's in blue, one's in red, one's in pink, and one's in green. And a proportion of the proceeds will go to a non-profit focused on suicide prevention and the promotion of mental well-being among teens in America, which is a good thing,
Yeah.
really, that a portion of
Hey,
it
at least it's
is
going to
going to
something.
charity. So it's doing some good, even if I don't understand it at all. I don't
Yeah, it just
understand what
seems
they
like a
were.
scam, but you know, Bitcoin seemed like a scam when it first started off, and now people are millionaires. So fuck it, you know,
Yeah,
do you,
I
you
think
know, have a good time.
I think I was completely wrong with what I thought they were because I thought you owned the rights to that image when you owned one, but I'm not entirely sure I'm right now that I've read this article.
I don't know.
Um,
I don't know. You
but
like
they're
only
very nice.
exclusive rights to the moment in time or something? I'm not too
They're
sure.
very nice pictures, and I'm sure they'll look nice and framed in someone's living room. But I could also print one off and frame it in my living room, so
Yeah, I
without
don't.
paying the $76,000.
Oh
So
right, okay.
who's the winner, really?
I
I
haven't
am.
got any more stories here anyway. So shall we wrap up this podcast? I think.
Yeah, on that note, let's end it.
I have my major story I wanted to talk about, but yeah, basically, don't be a nonce.
Yep,
Right,
don't be
cool.
a
That's
nonce
the end
and
of
watch
that.
8th grade.
Yeah, that's a good time. Right, okay, I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna play some Apex as for a little bit, but yeah, I'll talk to you in a bit, Casper. Take care.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye, 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 bye.